We're going to talk about dyeing cells my way. First thing I'm going to do is pour the Floetrol in, which I already did. Don't really need much, maybe 1/4 inch. And what I'm going to try to replicate is something like this or this. The reason why I use a pan is because you got more space to fuck up. Disc I'm going to use is I think it's a Kong, prototype Kong. Bright color, works best, premium plastic. None of that clear shitty stuff, anything like that. Glows pretty hard. DX, big no-no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Floetrol everything. Usually I put silicone in my Floetrol beds. This time I'm not. I don't know why I do it and why I don't do it. All of my mixes are, I think they're 8 ounces, I want to say, like this. This one is pinkish red. I usually put about 6 to 8 drops per half container, so I put 12 to 16 in this. Then a heat lamp. I heat up my bed just a little bit. Don't want to get it too hot yet. Get it around 90 degrees. I could use my finger as a thermometer. Think it's good. All right, so here comes the pour. So far, I put 2 colors. I don't like to use neon colors with each other. I like to offset them with something like regular. I'm going to use 3 different colors, and I put them so they're going up and down, or would you say diagonal or something like that. The reason why I do that, because when you do your pull, you don't want to have them layers across coming down, otherwise you just get mixed weird mushy colors. So I like to do the pull straight through the color on each color. So I'm going to try to hold this camera like this and do this one. And you got to layer it. You got to make sure you get it over the next layer. If you don't get it over the next layer, you start to get splits in it. And that's the white. So just do it real slowly so it doesn't sink on you. If you use a cup, it's going to be even worse. That's when you start to get the cloudy pastel looking cells that I'm not trying to chase. Almost done. Right up in the middle. And you want to try to get it as solid as possible. If you keep any white in there, that's when your cells are just going to split up. You're not going to get definition, all that stuff. And my top secret is a claw. Gotta have one of those. Alright, I got her done. I think I used 4 base colors and 1 pull color. My pull color is across. Try to get it all solid. Looks a little sloppy, but I think it'll work. So what I'm going to do is take a small strip of saran wrap, and I'm going to do a pull over real slowly. So I don't know if you can see this. It's a real small strip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it just over that pull right there on the top, and I'm going to pull real slowly on top. I don't have something to hold my phone, so bear with me. Sorry. Yeah. Pulled it over. It's going to look like that. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to poke cells. Ooh. Oh, so after I plop my 3-in-1, literally the top of the can fell in there. As you can see it right there. What I'm doing is I'm just dipping this in here. And you can see I already dipped some. Now I'm going to offset that line. And go before it, go in between. Just dip all the way up. And you got to do this continually. You can't really pause, so I'm going to have to put the camera down. I'm going to finish the whole thing as quickly as I can before it gets out of control. See you then. All right, so I did that, even though I had my mishap with it, with my top of my can splashing in the pan. Made kind of a cool cell, so I kind of left that one alone. But what I did is I went all the way up, poke, 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 left some space in between it, and then the next row went in between the cells. That way they kept being uniform. The reason why you got to go quick is you're going to keep spreading and spreading and spreading until they hit that pull, which is the actual cell lines. So if you don't do it quickly, they'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then your other ones will be all smaller over here. So I did the whole thing, and I went straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up, all the way through it real quick. And of course, that guy right there, I don't know, I left it. Looks kind of cool. So I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to put that in the disc. But it looks like the pull came up pretty good. So I am not going to torch this. I torched it before I put any of the dye in, just to get the air bubbles out. And when you torch it, it kind of burns out the cell lines, I noticed. Sometimes I do it for a little added effect. It'll actually pull up more colors into each individual cell, but it'll undefine the little lines that are in between them. So I'm going to let it sit for another 2 minutes probably, and I'm going to drop a disc in. I forgot to mention, this is the good stuff right here. I've tried just about everything, and this thing just makes cells pop. You get that stuff that's in the little bottles and everything, it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. It's too, I don't know, concentrated or something. I don't know what's wrong with it, but the 3-in-1 RV care slide out stuff, you get this at Walmart. Fucking nuts, man. All right, it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to use this little guy. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell you. All I did was use a toothpick to dip all the 3-in-1 in. Each row, I just did one dip into the 3-in-1, went all the way up, wiped off the toothpick, then I did the next row, and I just kept going up and down. So, this is the most important part right here. If you fuck this up, you're just going to have a blur. So the hardest discs to do cells on, I would say, are drivers because they're domey. Mid-ranges are the easiest because they're flatter. But when you do this, you got to have a steady hand. And I had a little bit of claw, so I think I'm probably good now. So I'm going to find a good spot. Unlike a pie pan, you can pick a spot in your die. So I kind of want to get that crazy looking cell that it had a little splash problem in. I'm going to put that in here. Let's see. Right about here. So what you want to do is I always start from the disc closest to me. I mean, it doesn't really matter which way you want it. I think I'm going to go a kind of a weird angle. And you want to just barely touch the front and then roll it in. You got to be real steady. You can't move or you'll have blurs. And then you just roll it right down. Stop it. Now it's probably going to start spreading out on you, and you're probably going to think, oh no, I fucked it up. For some reason, I don't know, it sticks to the disc and it works pretty well. We'll see. I mean, I was kind of shaky throwing it in, so it might blur, might not. Every disc is a surprise. Good luck.